Hey, hi Mike. Glad to have you here.
Thank you.
What's the reason to be here?
Oh, just come and visit. First time in Berlin. Come to see the city, take a look around, and also understand more about the real estate market in Germany and what the top portals are doing, and talk with some companies that are trying some new, exciting stuff in the space.
Okay. What's your first impression about Berlin? What do you feel? What's the spirit here?
I feel cold because it just rained, but no, it seems like a city that is exciting and kind of on the verge of new and interesting technological stuff. I sense a lot of kind of potential energy in the air with a lot of new companies, starting here, trying new things, and also companies not from Berlin or not from Germany coming here because they want to be part of this growing ecosystem. So it seems like a city kind of on the verge of doing more interesting stuff.
Great to hear. So it's an honor to have you here. So, Mike, you're really an expert in real estate tech, maybe the expert globally, knowing all the portals, all the businesses acting in this specific sector. Maybe you can tell us about similarities and differences between the different markets in the US, Australia, or also Europe, and specific, we have an interest, of course, in Germany.
Yeah. Well, I think all of those markets, the US, Australia, UK, Germany, when you look at property portals like Immobilien Scout 24, all of those markets have two really big portals. There's one dominant portal, another portal, and they're all quite active in this. What I'm seeing a lot of is all those are across the value chain. Like they're doing more and more stuff. One thing, but they're engaging in more activities, trying to get closer to the consumer, trying to get closer to agents, providing more tools. So whether it's Zillow in the US that just announced they're going to be an iBuyer and they're going to buy homes, or if it's Zoopla in the UK, buying comparison services, or all the work you guys are doing here in Germany with the consumer services, offering more financing or services or renter services. There's no staying still. There's a lot of activity and a lot of growth in all those spaces.
Yeah, we all have to move there. We see and we try hard.
Yeah.
So if you take a look to the different developments, also in tech, what are the three things that everybody acting in this sector have to be or have to take care about?
I think the portals themselves, they need a lot. Clearly you need inventory and you need audience, but specifically going forward, I think there's three things. First off, you need trust. All the portals, they need the trust of both consumers and their customers, real estate agents. Real estate agents need to know that you're going to be a trusted partner for them, and consumers need to know that they can trust you and the content you have. I think the other thing that moving forward, all the portals will need is set they get that the data they see on the portal is accurate and it's true, and it's it's with that will be value. And then the last thing are different products or different tools. Call them tools. The portals need to provide tools to consumers to make the process of finding a home easier for them, and they also need to provide tools to agents, to their customers, to help them do their job better. Whether it's getting more customers, selling houses faster, advertising themselves, they just need to build up that great product suite of tools to offer folks. So I think kind of tools, transparency, and trust going forward are three really key areas.
I agree completely. Trust is one really important topic, and of course the brand has to deliver that, and trust is the basis for everything. And maybe we can switch to the big tech companies in the world. Take a look at Facebook. They are really taking a look on the real estate sector. So what do you think about the developments there?
Yeah, I think Facebook is getting serious about real estate. Last year they got into the rentals market, and last year they also got into the for sale, the residential sales market, and they're expanding internationally. They've done that with their marketplace, and it's coming. So I think for property portals around the world, this move, more so than any other potential threat, represents the biggest threat, but also the biggest opportunity. You can't just ignore Facebook, right?
So what do you think is the right strategy to deal with it? So it's both, it's an opportunity, it could be a threat.
Yeah, I think the right strategy is to talk to Facebook. You gotta, if you're a portal, you gotta talk to them now. You gotta engage early. You gotta figure out if you can get a win-win. If you can engage with them in a way that is good for them. And Facebook's an advertising company, so they care about advertising revenue. Something that's good for you, that gives your customers more exposure, and thus is good for your customers, because you give them a new channel to promote themselves or advertise themselves, and at the end of the day, if those are true, then it'll be good for consumers too. It's not going to work if it's not good for consumers. And I think
it follows the consumer first approach.
Yeah, I think so, and I think there's a way to do that works for everybody. But of course, portals will be nervous about Facebook and be very hesitant or tentative to in how you work with them.
But of course, partnering is always an option, and for discussion and thinking about partnership is maybe the best way to do so. Let's take a look at the future. What do you think are the next big things in real estate tech? Are there tech things you say, okay, that will change everything in the future?
Well, I'm not a fan of buzzwords, and there's a lot of hype around a lot of buzzwords these days. Blockchain, VR, AR, machine learning, artificial intelligence. There's so much of that out there, and I would caution anyone to really understand the space and the technology before they invest in those. I think there's some more, and that feels like a little bit like we're trying to build a rocket to go to the moon when we really just need to build a campfire. We're very early stage, and I think there's some more fundamental stuff that we need to do first, which is, the process of buying and selling a home is hard. It's one of the hardest, biggest pains in someone's life. And, so there's a lot of opportunities to take that experience or part of the experience and just offer something a lot better. And I think these hybrid agents, kind of starting in the UK, like Purple Bricks, that's what they're doing. They're making parts of the process easier for people, so it's less of a pain. You have bigger plays like Open Door in the US. Again, taking the existing model but making it better by just kind of reducing so much friction and so many pain points through that process. So I think it's just about mapping out the current process, seeing where those pain points are, and saying, hey, how can we use technology to make this better, make it easier, automate it? That's where we got to focus first, and then after that, we can worry about the buzzwords.
So not too much concentration only on tech things, but keeping in mind that has to be comfortable or easy to use. And
yeah, the technology needs to solve consumers' problems. It needs to solve a problem.
Oh, great.
So as long as you can do that, off to a good start.
So thank you for answering our questions here. I have one last question, and I read that you sold your business at the age of 30. So my question is, what motivates you in the morning to going to your desk and starting working? So I don't know, what motivates you? And then you tell us that real estate tech is an adventure. Why do you choose this sector after you were so successful in the gaming business?
That's a great question. I like to use, why I do it, what motivates me is I like to use my brain. So I like challenges, I like intellectually difficult problems and scenarios, and I like to think and solve problems. And that's one of the big reasons I decided to focus in on real estate tech, because there's no easy answers. There's no easy answers for portals like you. Yeah, there's no easy answers for anything we've spoken about. It's very
diverse
complex.
Target groups.
Yeah, so I think to me that's exciting because it's not simple. It's complex, and there's a lot of deep thinking and strategic insights and critical thinking required to work their way through that. And I like being able to do that. So that's why I get up in the morning.
Perfect. That's also what motivates us. Perfect.
Yeah,
Thank
great.
you for being here. Thank you for answering my questions.
Sure, my pleasure. Thank you.